crazy, brother.
There we go, Mr. George Rivas and company on that one. Amigo. I'm not worthy. Dude, that's a masterpiece. It really is. And I know it wasn't just you involved in it, but I tell you what, if your name goes on it and you put it together in many ways, along with other friends, but regardless, dude, that's simply a beautiful song, man.
That's the word that Jimmy Velasquez does.
Just simply awesome. It really, really was. George, you've done so much in your musical career, and you're still going. But now, in the late 80s, you were involved in a car accident.
No, it was 2000.
2000. I tell you what, I'm talking about it now.
I've gone down a lot of car accidents.
Hit and runs, I mean.
No, I never ran.
I'm never going to acknowledge that. Well, George, you know what? We're talking about it. You had a car wreck in 2000. What happened?
No, it was coming from Eagle Pass. In fact, I was there Sunday. But it was... It was we were out there playing with Bob Gallarza, and there was a whole bunch of us, Ruben, Ramos, Little Joe, Johnny, David Mares, myself, Ram Herrera, Stephanie, Gary Hobbs. We're all doing a big show with her, and then David decided to come back home, and he wanted some company, So I came with him, and I said, it's dark, that road coming back.
Of course it is. Of course it is, man. Los venados, the wildlife, and everything crossing the road. So it was in the middle of the night when you got in a wreck.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
It was the night before one of the Tejano awards, yeah. I was supposed to present
Let me
with
do some
David.
good morning shout-outs here. I don't want to... Here we go. Good morning shout-out con nosotros. Ramon Chapa Jr. Good morning. Leo Nájera, Dorlene Esquivel, Yolanda Trevino, DJ Jerry Drascon. There we go. Aisha. También Ese Sabor. Brenda Silva. Michelle Cohen. Good morning, Michelle. Rachel Martinez. If anybody's got a question for George Rivas, as long as it's not political... And there's nothing about bail bonds. You can ask. Hit and runs. You got nothing to do with
bail
it.
bonds, I'm taking it. It's called Neighbor de Leon.
But anyway, anybody got a question? Send me a message on Facebook, and we will answer your question. There we go. You shall see you tomorrow at El Típico.
Yeah.
There we go.
We'll see you there.
We're going to talk about that
Wednesday night.
That's right. We're going to talk about that. Diana Martinez. Good morning. Cindy Praczynski. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Now, so let's get back to the wreck. It's in the middle of the night. Were you asleep? Were you awake? Were you driving?
we weren't even drinking really. We're just David was driving and coming back, and he just your eyes start seeing stuff when it's pitch dark, and you can't. So he thought it was a curve, so he stepped on the brake and going like 90 miles an hour, and we hit a tree on the side of the road, and I was stuck in that car for about 4 hours, and almost died.
How did y'all get medical attention?
Well, and we're trying to get the phone. We couldn't get any, what do you call it?
Technicians, help, 911.
Yeah, no
communication.
No communication on the phones either. There was
no signal.
There was no signal at all.
Wow.
And so finally, David got a signal, and or somebody called, and there were that weekend it was in Batesville, and that weekend with volunteers, there's not really a fire department or police department over there. So finally they got there, and they flew me, they airlifted me to, they used the jaws of life, they cut the.
What happened? What was wrong with you? What did you get that last
I broke my main femur bone, my right leg.
Really?
And that was cutting the artery to my heart, so I couldn't breathe, and my,
You're very lucky.
Yeah, they got me in that. I flew. They got me in the helicopter, and they took me to the university.
I heard it was so bad that Kickapoo, they opened up odds. George Rivas, 2-1. 2-1 that George Rivas survived.
Kickapoo helped me out. They were, was out. You know why?
George, okay, now let's go back, because I talked about that. Now, we got that part of it covered. Let's go back to the late 80s, early 90s. You signed with Manny Music, ¿verdad?
Right. That song was Wea Latina.
Wea Latina, Manny, they were kind of tied in together, ¿verdad?
Brothers, yeah.
There we go. Now, you had a couple of songs that were kicking ass on KXTN. You had Pacto de Amor, Quiero Dormir Cansado. Those were doing well for you. Now, how did you come across those songs?
Well, Quiero Dormir Cansado, I recorded at the same time I recorded the Love Medley.
Really?
And I had it in my pocket, That one and about 6 other songs. Echale Machile El Taco and stuff like that. And Manny put some of them in there. And Quiero Dormir Cansado was one of them. And the other one, Pacto de Amor, he gave it to me. He said, okay, you got 7 songs. I'm going to take 3 from your album. And you got 7 songs to learn by tomorrow. Manita, cabrón.
Now, George, you were with Manny, Wea Latina. Were you with Joey Records?
Yes.
You were with Joey.
Yeah.
How many albums did you come out with Joey? 1, 2?
3.
45?
3.
3 albums.
Oh, thousands of 45s. I know
Pero
that.
3 albums with Joey.
Yeah, 3 albums.
I've never seen an album, and I would love to see one. Did you have any of those?
I never have either. No. they're on the.
Are they on the Joey where you can buy them? I've never
It just
ever
says.
seen.
It just says George Rivas, Volume 1, Volume 2. You know how they used to do it
Sure.
back in the days. And because it wasn't really CDs when I recorded with Joey, cassettes.
George, let me ask you a
8
question.
tracks. No, just kidding.
Let me ask you a question before we move forward here. And this one came into play this morning as I was thinking about doing the interview with you. George, do you consider yourself a Tejano musician?
Yes.
Only
And in
Tejano,
fact-
but you branch out, right?
In fact, everybody that lives in Texas that is a musician is a Tejano musician.
Okay, but I've heard that. If you're from
Okay.
if you're from Texas and Spanish, they say it's Tejano. You're Tejano. But I ask you that, George, not with no disrespect. I ask you that
I understand what you're
because,
saying.
dude, you play 70s, 80s, old school. You do all these. It's a bill collector, George. We'll get rid of a little bit of stuff.
No, it's one of those people.
I'm
that-
just playing.
No,
But you branch out in different kinds of music. I mean, George, you know, you got a variety of everything, dude.
Jazz. I do most of Motown, R&B.
Por eso te pregunto.
Yeah.
You know, por eso te
well,
pregunto.
actually, Primo, that's a good question, and that's where it comes to Tejano. Tejano means top. Top it. No, Tejano means not just Tejano, like, rancheras y boleros y cumbia. That's not just Tejano. Everything is really Tejano. Because sometimes, like when I recorded with Bob Galarza, does your mama know about me? At the end of the song, I put in some Spanish words in there, Spanish lyrics.
Bilingual. Can you make
Yeah,
it bilingual
yeah.
kind of
So
thing?
it's kind of like because we're Tejanos, but Tejano is Tejano, polkas, rancheras, and but a lot of people hire me because I can do everything. I can do R&B. I can sing Tejano. If I'm gonna sing an R&B song, it's gonna sound R&B.
I know that.
If
I
I'm
know
gonna sing
that.
Tejano, it's gonna sound.
I know
Tejano.
that.
And if I can, coño, si quiero que cante buena cumbia, I can sound like a Cuban.
Let me do some good morning shout-outs. Good morning, good night to Guadalupe Longoria. Good morning, Sebera Molina. Good morning, Dora Peña Rodriguez. Double R Radio sponsor, Garfield, Texas. Good morning. Polo Martinez, Dave Ibarra, también Robert Gomez, Queen Cristina Garza. Hello, Robert and George. There we go. Irma Candy V. Martinez. Good morning, good morning, Silvia Solis, Yolanda Reyes, Mary Gonzalez, Michelle Puente, Sylvia Trevino, Aisha. Don't want to miss anybody there.
Aisha.
There we go. Now, George, even more so, what you have is something really, really good. And not because you're here in front of me, but I told Patsy the same thing, Patsy Torres.
Yeah, Patsy.
What you've got going for you, George, you're not dependent on only Tejano. And that's all you got. That's all you do. Se acabó el vato. That's all you're going to be able to do. Dude, you can survive playing jazz, playing down the Riverwalk. You can play over here, playing over there. And you can do your thing and still survive, you know, being a musician the way you are. Your variety is unreal, and I think that's why you've succeeded as long as you have. Fair to say?
I love to, you know, sit down. I just bought me a real beautiful white piano, 88 keys, weighted, you know, and I've been, you know, I'm always at home playing, and I took out stuff like "Fly Me to the Moon" and, you know, stuff from Frank Sinatra and all those other singers from way back, and I used to do it before, like at PJ's. Rufinos on the boardwalk,
all of these,
Rufinos
man.
at Colonnade, and sit there with the piano and play and sing by myself, you know, and I love that. You know, that's where the money is too, right there.
It's in your blood, isn't it, George?
Oh, I love
it's in
it.
your blood. It's in your blood.
If I want to take out a song, and I'll do it when I'm asleep, you know, or when I'm in bed, not asleep yet, but that's when I start, you know, learning my music. Most of the time, you know, when I'm the lyrics to a song, you know.
Now, George, speaking of bars, you've had several bars. You know,
Right.
I only went to one of them and I loved it. George's Bar, ¿verdad? Was it George's Bar?
George's Bar was on Blanco, yeah.
On Blanco. That's, man, to me, I loved it. Now, you had a couple of other ones. You had one at Southtown by
Well,
downtown?
the first one was the downtowner
That's right.
behind the Chinos.
Right, by Frio
Right.
Road, ¿verdad?
Well, no, it was on Houston.
Okay, yeah, right around there.
In between Houston and Commerce.
And then you had George's Bar,
And then I had, George's Place.
George's Place, then
On
Southtown,
Blanco.
¿verdad?
That one was a nice
Loved it, man.
nostalgia club.
Loved
you
it.
know.
Loved it. George had this thing. George had this money-making scheme. You know, George be doing his thing, and in between a song, he'd go, I bet by now you guys are wondering what the band drinks.
Nobody can say it.
and it was his bar.
I would say, I bet y'all are wondering, what does the band drink?
But now George has gotten a little disgruntled. So now, what do you tell people when they want to request, George?
If you have a request, keep it to yourself.
Don't malo, George. Don't disgruntled, yeah, George. Yeah,
No, but
ese guato.
it just, that's when I find out if people are really listening to me, you know.
Of course, man, of course. George, so many bars, so many events that you played at, like I said, but many music, you know, I think the most airplay you ever got on radio was with KXCN when you had Pacto de Amor y Quiero Dormir Cansado, right?
Right.
Those were two songs that did very well for you.
Quiero because I was played so much, yeah.
There you go. What I'm going to do right now, we're going to go and take a break in the action. I'm going to play those two hits, Pacto de Amor and Quiero Dormir Cansado. Good morning, Double R Radio. I'm here with Mr. George Rivas. And George told me to tell y'all, if you have a request, keep it to yourself.
No.
Good morning. There we go. George, you want to tell the people, Mary Garay, there we go, Aisha.
Hey, Mary, how you
there
doing?
we go. Mary Garza, Ruby Castro.
Mary Garza.
They're all here, man. They're all like the oldies, Medley Robert, man. The oldies.
I know. We're going to have time to play. I wanted to send out a dedication to my girlfriend.
There you go. We'll be talking about that. I'm gonna catch them live for your girlfriend, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
There you go. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes. Órale, we'll see you in a bit. 10 minutes.